Hey, so welcome to the next installment of our futures videos on managing risk, and today we're going to talk about online risk. Now, I'm not a big gamer, I don't play a lot online, I don't have a social media account that I check regularly, so in lots of ways you might think I'm not well placed to talk about how we manage our online risk. But whilst I don't spend a lot of time in the online world, what I absolutely know is risk, and so what I want to do is help you manage that risk and how to navigate a path. So I thought what we might do is navigate a path through our computer vein. We've set up a kind of computer screen here, and we're going to navigate our way through the levels. Now, level one's easy. Level one stuff you already know most likely. Here are our obstacles, and the first of our obstacles we need to get past here. Watch what you say. Now, this is something you're going to know already, right? You've got to watch what you say online. When you apply for a job in the future, your employer is going to Google your name. They're going to employ a company maybe to look into you, and what they find will determine whether you get a job or not. It's not fair that your mistakes have to live out online. I could say stupid things when I was a kid and they just drifted away. Your stupid things are said online and they live forever. And that's not fair. But I want you to understand that just because it's not fair, that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Famous example of a girl called Paris Brown. She got a great job as a youth police crime commissioner. And then the Daily Mail went online, looked through her Twitter feed and found the things she'd said when she was 13. And they were inappropriate. But she lost her job over it. 13-year-olds say inappropriate things, but she lost her adult job because of her childhood comments. That's not fair, but it happens. So our first risk we need to navigate, watch what you say. Where are we going next? Where's our next risk? Who's there? Again, a risk that you know, surely, right? You know that when you're online, you don't know who you're talking to. You know that there's risk of stalking, of grooming, of people befriending someone online, pretending to be someone they're not, and then later on it transpires that they were a predator. These are risks that you know, but people get in that trap anyway. Even though they know it, they do it. Why? Well, I think it's because we all like to hear nice stuff about ourselves. We believe the things that people say if they're nice things. So if I've got someone online who is into the same sort of things I'm into and is making time for me and listens to me and seems to care about me, gets me, they get the benefit of the doubt. And I forget, I don't know who they are. And they could be someone posing a great risk, that pretending to be somebody else. So it's a level one risk. It's something that we should already know, but it's a big risk. It's something we need to know about. Where do we go next? Our next risk, sexting. Come on, simple message here. If you send it, you lose it. Simple as that. The moment you send that picture, you've lost it. Someone takes a screen grab of it, they can pass it around, they can share it. I don't care how much you trust that person. They may not be trustworthy in a week's time, in a month's time, in 3 years' time when suddenly you're not together anymore. Or if their mate gets their phone. If you send an explicit image, you have to be willing for your parents to see it, for your grandparents to see it, for it to go on the side of a bus. If you're not, don't send it. And value yourself enough not to be lent on and pressured into doing that. These are level one risks, not because they're not serious, but because they're things you know, right? So let's take it up a step. Let's look at level two. Level two, we've still got those same risks from level one, but now there's more. Where's our level two risk? There it is. Phishing. Now, phishing you've probably heard of again, right? The idea that people will send unsolicited emails to try and trap you into giving out information. So they might send you an email, usually with a degree of urgency. Your account has been hacked, you must respond now. You are losing money, quickly, you need to respond. It's a level two risk because it's a little harder to spot. I got this email the week I was about to do this video. I don't know how well you can see it with the way the light shines, but this email was sent to me last week. PayPal, dear customer, your PayPal account has been temporarily restricted. We found suspicious activity on credit cards linked to your account. You must confirm your identity. That looks really convincing. They've got the right logo. They've got, it seems fairly formal, and it's playing on my urgency. You must act now. There's a problem. But if I look at this, the email address says service@paypal.com, and then it's got loads of random letters after it. Letters and numbers. A genuine account wouldn't have that. If I look at the wording at the end, and I don't know again how well you can see this necessarily, but right down there at the bottom, right, it says, thank you for your attention to this problem. That's pretty sketchy English. Thank you for attention to this problem. We don't necessarily talk quite like that. It's clunky. There's little things that give them away. And you think, I'm not clicking that. If I wasn't sure, if I was nervous, thinking actually maybe it is a real risk, maybe I do need to act on this, don't click the link. go separately, log into your PayPal account separately and have a look then. So there's another way of doing it. Never click links in emails because even the best of us, when they make it look urgent, when they make it seem important, it's got the right logos, we can get fooled really quickly. So never click links in emails. Go to the site separately, okay? Level 3. We've done our level 1 risks. We get those. They're a big deal, but they're things we should know already. We've done our level 2 risk. It's a bigger deal and it's perhaps harder to spot. Level 3 then. Level 3 risks. There they are. They're bigger. Gambling. Problem gambling. Maybe you've played a game and it's got a loot box of some kind and you've saved up the tokens to get it, or maybe you haven't saved the tokens, maybe you've just used your money to buy that loot box because you want to see what's inside, you want to see what particular thing you're buying for your game. You don't know what you're getting until you open it. It's the same with FIFA player packs. You buy a player pack and then it's only when you open it you find out the players you've got. And then what happens? If it's not the ones you wanted, you want to buy another one, don't you? I wanted to buy that, I didn't get the players I wanted, I feel the need to buy another one. This is encouraging you to speculate money without knowing what you're going to get in return. This is gambling. I might get something good, I might not. This is gambling. One of the reps for EA Sports, she said, no, it's not like that. It's like buying a Kinder Egg. It's not like buying a Kinder Egg. Kinder Egg's 80p. It's not the same at all. You're being encouraged to spend money without knowing what sort of return you're going to get. And the House of Lords had a report to them in 2020, I think, so this year, saying that there is a link. Scientists, the studies they've done have shown a link between gaming and problem gambling in the future. So that's a risk you might not have spotted. If you're someone who feels the need to buy more of these things, if when you miss out on one, the first urge is to buy another one, maybe you need to step back a bit. And our final risk, addiction. Please bear in mind, these companies employ people to make their games addictive. That's what they do. If you go on social media or something and you have a streak, and of course what do you want to do? You keep opening it every day because you want to keep that streak alive. There was a famous scientist in the 60s, okay, a guy called, I think it was S.K. Skinner, I think his name was, and he came up with this study where they put a rat in a box and the rat pulls a lever, and if it pulls the lever it gets a reward. And Skinner's box has been the model we've worked on for years, that reward incentivizes us to do more of a certain behaviour. And these gaming companies know that. They spend a fortune employing psychologists to make sure their games are addictive, that you want to come back, that if you don't, your crops will die or something, so you need to keep coming back. And if you do come back, they'll incentivize you with extra rewards, with extra skins, with extra something, because they're trying to get you to keep coming back, because their business model relies on you coming back again and again and again. So addiction is another risk that we've got with our games. All of these are risks that exist on the path to spending time online. I can only do the first part. I can act as a guide and say, look, these are where the pitfalls are. It's up to you to navigate around them. It's up to you to know that they exist and avoid them. And if you do, then like we've talked about with other things in this topic, that's how you have the fun without the fall. Hopefully that's just reminded you really of stuff you already knew, and just kind of triggered that thought again of, oh yeah, maybe I do need to watch the way I do this. If you do this stuff, particularly if you look out for friends who can't see that they're in this situation, then you can safely enjoy your time online without any of the inherent risks that are there. Hopefully that was of use for you guys. Just like always, please go back onto Show My Homework. Please click the link in the survey. Please then put in the right class and the right topic. I don't want to see people getting detentions for something they knew how to do and just didn't do properly. All right, and I will speak to you all again next week.